Hey everybody, it's Kay Ray working with a little clay. I'm going to show you how to get these little pumpkins made here. And this was fourth grade. Okay, so here's one, and they're supposed to shake, and I'll show you how to make them shake. This one shakes. I don't know. Some people's just didn't shake. It was one of those things. Not everybody shakes. You know, you follow the directions sometimes, and not everybody shakes. First, you got to get some clay and get it into a ball. Now, folks, it's gotta fit in your hand really good. Like, my hands are kind of small, and that is way too big for me to deal with. So I'm just gonna pull a little bit off and just set it aside. And so then I'm just gonna kind of roll it into a ball. Now, you know, it doesn't have to be in a perfect ball. And remember, when you're using clay, you do not want to overwork it, because if you overwork it, then it's gonna get cracks in it. So it's gonna be a mess. A lot of times when I give my clay out to my kids, they'll sit there and bang on it and beat on it. Then we'll finally get all the clay handed out and get ready to do the project. We'll have a bunch of clay with cracks in it, and it's just a hot mess. So you get your ball and you stick your finger in like this, okay? Now, you don't want to stick it all the way through, obviously. So you want to start turning it. Now, I'm right-handed, so I'm turning it with my right hand, and you just kind of turn it first. And then what you start doing is you kind of do your fingers and you quack, and you want to quack down here at the bottom, and you quack in the middle, and you quack a little bit up here. Now, don't go all the way to the rim. And just keep turning, quack, 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 quack. I just think this makes it so simple, because everybody knows how a duck quacks, and you just quack, you know? Just quack, 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 quack. Okay, so what happens then is you've got this pinch pot. Yeah, here it is. This cute little pinch pot. And then what you're gonna do is, and this really is a little bit on the thick side. It really always needs to be, everything needs to be a pinky thick. And if you look at this, it's about a pinky thick. So anyway, you don't want to get it real thin at the top, because thin clay just, it'll break. So then what you kind of do is you kind of just start closing it in. Like I said, fourth graders did this, and it was, they really didn't have any problem doing this. You gotta close it in, okay? All right, so you get it closed in a little bit, and just kind of hold on. And then what you'll do is you'll just get little balls of clay, and you'll just take them, and you can kind of see how big they are. They're not very big, just little bitty balls. And you just drop them in, just balls of clay. Now, when you fire it, what happens is, well, it's, first it's got to sit out for about a week. This little clay pot's got to sit out a week, and it dries. So then you put it in the kiln. Well, what happens when you put it in the kiln is the kiln gets up to about, I don't know, it probably gets up to about 2,000 degrees, and getting that high, it sucks all the water out of the clay. And so when it sucks all the water out of the clay, these things just kind of dry up inside of the little pumpkin, and they rattle. It's really kind of cool. So, like I said, I don't know, I don't know why 2 of these do not rattle, but they do not. But, we forget stuff. We might have forgot to put the balls in there. We could have just left the little clay balls out. We just kind of do that stuff here. And y'all probably do that stuff there, wherever you are in the world. Okay, so then what you're gonna do is you're gonna just kind of keep pulling this forward. And eventually you're gonna kind of just kind of seal it up. Now, your fingers are awesome tools. And so you see, I hadn't used a single tool yet except my fingers. So I just kind of push those, I just kind of push it on together. So, hey, that's a pretty good looking pumpkin. I mean, that could pass for a pumpkin. If you were across the football field and looked at me and this was orange, you would say, well, dog, that looks like she's holding a pumpkin. Really, it looks like a pumpkin. So obviously I can't just leave it like that, because pumpkins have stems, and that, that's kind of however you want to do it. I mean, you can do your stem however you want to do it. And this clay is real wet. I'm going to say that it's wet clay. It actually is from a place about 20 miles from where we live in Georgia. And I'm just going to do a basic stem, nothing fancy. Okay, so we're going to have to score this. Okay, you need to score it really good. And some people are kind of bashful about, you know, just scoring it because they've sat there and they've made this, oh, it's so cute, I love it, it's so cute. And they're kind of bashful about just scoring the heck out of it, but you just have to score the heck out of it. I mean, take that toothpick. A toothpick, too, is such a good tool to use. I love me some little toothpicks. Cheap. If somebody pokes you with it, it's not like you're going to have to go to the emergency room. All right, do you see this? Both of these sides have to be slipped and scored. And so what happens to, this is so wet right now, sometimes you would have to put a little water here and here, but you're not on this because this is so wet. And the way I'm going to teach you to do is you're just going to blend it. So you get your finger and you just blend this in right here. And then you don't have any problem whatsoever with this thing coming off, because it's nothing worse than opening up that keel and seeing parts of people's project laying all over the place. But anyway, do you see how I'm just blending it? My thumb's a good tool. All right, now, I think that I really like, you can smooth this out if you want to. That's really kind of up to you. So if you need to smooth it out, if you don't like it, then. But we're gonna, you know, glaze these. So really, you don't have to go crazy smoothing it. It's definitely an option to you. If you want to put some, you know, lines in it, you could put some lines in it. You could do some dark, some not so dark. And they just kind of need to go from the stem to the bottom like this. Okay. Now, what I always do is I will just put like the kids' initials on the bottom of it. And like my initials would be KR. And then what I'll do is, if I am in Miss Lee's room, I would put L and I would put 1. And that way it's there and I can separate, you know, 3 classes. I'll know that this is Miss Lee's class, this is Miss Walton's class, so I can keep that straight. And that's pretty much how you do it. Sits out a week and then you just stick it in the keel and fire it, and then you glaze them. So that's the story on that, and I hope you get to do this project and your pumpkin comes out shaking. Okay, see you later.